problem with legacy personal finance advice that's pitched to 35 to 55-year-olds is it all has to do with doing more, whether it's saving more, working more, spending less. All of those things are like obvious, right? And you've heard them for years and years and years and years, but there's a lot of problems with it. Two major problems with it are that you're tapped out. 35 to 55, like life is bearing down, bills are stacking up, careers are stagnating, kids always have like stuff going on, stuff at your house is breaking, just like classic, dog ran out of food, like classic things of all of life is like compounding, right? Don't have as much friends or as time to yourself as like you previously did, right? Like all this stuff is compounding, and then you're like, the personal finance advice you're hearing is like, oh, you need to work harder and get a side hustle. Like if you can't get ahead, like you need to get a second job. Or they're like, oh, like, yeah, you're struggling to like save money. Well, just save more. Just save more money. Just don't go out to eat as much. Why don't you cook more meals? Why don't you cook more meals and don't go out to eat as much? Like, because I'm sure that you're not like tapped out from everything else you have going on. Or it's like, oh, spend less. And so get good at telling your kids like, no, we shouldn't like buy XYZ thing because we have to save for retirement. Like that's such a like, so this is everything being pitched, right? What this doesn't take into account is how like is how messed up like fiat money is. And I know that seems like such a giant leap, right? Because again, if you're in that mindset of like just feeling like you're on the hamster wheel, feeling like it's all bearing down, and even if you're like comfortable because your investments are increasing or your home value is increasing, right? It's not not this whole doomsday thing. Like life is good. Life's good. It totally is. It absolutely is. You can't like quite get the like breathing room though. And the reason for that is because fiat money structurally loses value. Fiat money structurally loses value. So when you have your salary or your wage, those dollars, like that currency that is measured in, is constantly being devalued. Like the US dollar has a public founder, like the president of the United States, and then the Federal Reserve, right? A board of, 12 people. And they choose, the point is that it's humans. The point is that it's human politicians that are choosing the price of dollars and the supply of dollars. And that affects everything. That affects the salary that your company can pay you. That affects the value of your investments. It affects the prices of the things you need to like bring into your home. So everything you have going on both sides of the equation is tied back to the decision of like these human politicians, right? So there's no like, that's everything moves just like in a bound, and there's no real way to like break out of it. And that's why it feels like a hamster wheel. And that's all because of the currency itself that is denominating our salaries, denominating the things we're buying, denominating the value of our investments, is all tied back to human decisions that are being monkeyed with and jacked with all the time to fulfill like just stuff that they're trying to do. That is actually probably very irrelevant to like, your day-to-day life, okay? So what's the solution to this? The solution to this is technology has already found a better way of making money. And you're familiar with this paradigm. Technology makes things better. Technology makes things better. The iPhone this year is better than the iPhone last year, better than the iPhone 10 years ago. A robot vacuuming the house on its own without me having to plug it in and like push it around is better. The TV being 100 inches instead of 12 inches is better. So technology makes things better, okay? Bitcoin is better money technology. The United States dollar is old and outdated and runs on old technology. Think about how long it takes for an ACH to clear between banks. Think about how banks are closed on Saturdays and Sundays. Think about how you need 47 money sending apps in order to like send money to your friends instantly. Like the US dollar is structurally old, and on top of that, it structurally loses value. So those human politicians that are choosing the price and supply of dollars, they're trying to devalue it by 2% every year. Trying to. Now you can find different parts of the internet, whether you think it's 2%, you think it's higher than 2%, you think it's less than 2%. Like find whatever number you want. Pick whatever you want that meets your ideology. Like I'm not even trying to sell you on exactly what number that is. I'm just saying the concept is still not talked about enough, that they are trying to devalue the worth of dollars. The same currency that 35 to 55 year olds are on a hamster wheel trying to earn and trying to buy stuff for their house with, they're purposely trying to devalue it. That's weird. Like, that's weird and frustrating. And we don't talk about that enough. We don't talk about how screwed up that was and how that made it so difficult for our parents to compound wealth and our grandparents to compound wealth. Unless you were in a family that like structurally bought assets, and that was baked into the way that you talked and the way that you were brought up, is that you structurally bought assets. And you know families that are like that. And then that's what creates the wealth gap, because people that buy assets benefit from inflation, benefit from the increasing dollar supply, benefit from that 2% devaluation every year, because then their assets go up, right? Bitcoin breaks through all of this. The technology of Bitcoin, been out for 16 years now, structurally better money. It has a supply cap. It has a known open source monetary policy, so the release schedule is set ahead of time for everyone. You can hold it and send it yourself, or you can hold and send it with a custodian. So it's very versatile in that way. It's global. It's 24/7. Trades against everything. And the consensus is building and building and building. That's a better store of value than the dollar. And so it's what can break you out of the hamster wheel. It's truly what can break you out of the hamster wheel, because it's fully different from all your other investments. All the stocks that you hold have public founders that can issue shares and dilute the shares, or if their earnings miss or whatever, that hurts the value, right? All the commodities that you hold, if the commodity price starts to run, new suppliers can come online and create more of that commodity to pull it back in line. It's different than every other crypto out there. So when you scroll past other crypto channels, a lot of crypto on YouTube is just simply ticker symbols and trading. They're just trying to tell you, oh, buy this ticker symbol, look at the lines on the charts and buy this ticker symbol. That's just something completely separate. Like, if that's your side hustle that you're picking to try to trade crypto for money, sweet. Like, just understand that that's a different thing. You're like playing back into what I kicked off the video with, of like, you're choosing to like do an activity. You're choosing to bring a new activity into your life to generate revenue. But let's go all the way back down to the core. Why do you feel like you need to do that? You feel like you need to do that because the money itself is like not keeping up with the hamster wheel that you feel like your life is on, okay? So if that's a side hustle you pick, awesome. But structurally, looking at your personal finances and what percent of your personal finances are savings in dollar denominator, attached assets, versus how much of your personal finances are you beginning to pull into Bitcoin, the like consensus building store of value that the whole world is starting to understand. That's what's going to pull you off the hamster wheel. And it's not going to happen overnight, the same way that the hamster wheel in a 35 to 55-year-old life didn't get built overnight. You can feel it go up and down. You can feel the pressures changing over time. Bitcoin's story as its store of value being better than the fiat money is still building, and it's still gonna build throughout for years. It's gonna build for years. And because every single day, like, individuals need to understand this, companies need to understand this, cities need to understand this, countries need to understand, like, and again, everyone involved in the fiat dollar system is looking for a solution. And everyone's pitching you different solutions. Precious metals, real estate, investing, try harder, Like, consensus is building that Bitcoin is the main, simple, passive, big stakes way to do this. And transitioning a little bit at a time, learning to transition a little bit at a time, deal with the volatility up and down of Bitcoin is the one thing that can truly break the hamster wheel.